Yuck. Still someone's hair and blood all over this. Guys, can you clean up the weapons once you've finished your fight? Disgusting slobs.
Oh, Thor. Want to use a big wooden fork?
No.
Yeah, not really useful unless you're fighting off 3 vampires that were huddled together.
I really wish I had my hammer.
Hammer?
Quite unique. It was made from this special metal from the heart of a dying star. And when I spun it really fast, it gave me the ability to fly.
You rode a hammer.
No, I didn't ride the hammer.
The hammer rode you on your back.
No. I used to spin it really fast, and it would pull me off the...
Oh my god, the hammer pulled you off.
The ground. It would pull me off the ground up into the air, and I would fly. Every time I threw it, it would always come back to me.
Sounds like you had a pretty special and intimate relationship with this hammer, and that losing it was almost comparable to losing a loved one.
It's a nice way of putting it.
And welcome back to the Film Reel Cast. We've had a very short, quick podcast for you where we're going to be talking about Thor Love and Thunder trailer, which has just been released. And we just thought, rather than do a film, we're going to do a quick review and discuss our thoughts. If we're looking forward to it, if we're hating it, if we just can't stand Marvel itself. To do that, we've probably got a bit of a diverse love or hate for Marvel. I don't know. We've got James. James, how are you? Mr. DC, Mr. Batman, Mr. Superman.
Very good. You? Yourself?
Oh, I'm wonderful. I'm always happy, mate. I'm always happy. And we've got Neil. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I have to say, I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm excited because you are.
Oh, that makes me even more excited.
So we've got Thor Love and Thunder, which is coming out, I do believe, on the 8th of July. And this, for me, as soon as I saw the trailer, I got really excited, and it got me back into the MCU in a really positive way, where I feel I feel there's been a bit of a lull with the Eternals and with even the Moon Knight. I don't like that. I have to say I tapped out of that after 3 episodes. I'm struggling with Marvel at the moment, but this got me back into it. I don't know what your thoughts are or where you are.
Yeah, I'm excited for it as well. I think Ragnarok was absolutely brilliant. It was one of the funniest Marvel films they've done.
Yeah.
I would strongly recommend anyone watching that. So I am excited for Thor because I think he's a brilliant character. But I have to agree, I've tapped out of the Disney sort of stuff that they've been doing. I don't think it's got worse as it's gone on, I think, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's strong. What about yourself, Joe? I know you like. I mean, you're a DC man. You love Superman, don't you? You really love Superman.
I love Superman, but I don't love what DC's done to Superman. I mean, I think the only good thing they've done to Superman is cast Henry Cavill as Superman, and that's it. If I'm honest,
definitely.
And that's where it ends. It's such
really?
a shame.
He's a god of a man, isn't he? Oh dear.
I mean, DC. I mean, the comics in general seem to be so obsessed with people coming out. Fair enough, as transgender, non-binary, homosexual. That's absolutely fine. I would like someone in that company to come out as a talented writer in the DC universe, because they're not so happening at all, is it? For God's sake, it's just rubbish. The stuff they do is rubbish. But talking about the Thor thing, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to have a go. I thought, other than Guns N' Roses, it was a load of crap.
Wow.
Because
okay,
I know it didn't show anything.
Unbelievable.
No, it didn't show anything. What did it show? What made that a good trailer?
Okay, right. Let's just go through it in order then. I am playing the trailer now, and what I love is the little touches, the confidence it gives me that it's been written, directed by someone who cares about the franchise of the MCU and of Thor, and they've got some knowledge of this, and it's being taken seriously and take out of the audience into consideration rather than just a pat on the back for themselves. And that's what I get excited about with this trailer, by the small touches of, even when you got the kid running through Thor running through the forest, you see Thor wearing different outfits which match the comics, which I love, the little thought, the little sentiments that go into it. And yeah, the soundtrack, the Guns N' Roses, gets me back into it. And it also, I get excited about when you go and see Stormbreaker, and it reminds me, of Groot. It reminds me of Infinity War, and takes me back to a really, really happy place. And so
yeah.
I get excited. It's
Okay.
so simple for me.
But it takes you back to a better film. It reminds you of a better film, and it reminds me of better times at Marvel.
But this gives me hope. This really gives me hope.
Oh, mate, I hope I'm wrong. I mean, the trailer here. Okay, look, the Thor 1, awesome. The third Thor film, brilliant. Second one, not so much. Thor 1, though. Oh, I need to find myself. I don't know who I am. Thor 2, I need to find myself. I don't know who I am. Age of Ultron, I'm gonna sit in a pool and find myself. I don't know who I am. Yeah. Infinity War, I need to find myself. I've got Mjolnir's gone. I don't know who I am. Thor Ragnarok, I need to find myself. I don't know who I am. This Thor, Love and Thunder, I don't know who I am after Infinity War. I need to find myself. That's pretty much the premise of every Thor film. It's a copy and paste of a similar situation, arguably done differently. I just pray I'm wrong. That's all.
See, I honestly don't agree with you. Neil, where are you, mate?
Wow, I think that is. I love that rant, James. I think that's brilliant.
I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong.
I think I've upset you, haven't I? I've upset you before the podcast because I want to do one John Wick 2, and you. But I'm excited. I think I have to agree with Stu. I get what you're saying, James. I have to agree.
I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong, but because I think it's what you're saying, Neil. Is more. I think since Infinity War, and Endgame, Marvel, other than I think the most recent Spider-Man film, and even when you look at box office, COVID and all that, they haven't reached those creative heights and the excitement heights. People getting excited about it. Other than Spider-Man, which is a Sony and obviously Disney Marvel thing, I want to be wrong. I want this to be good. I'm excited about Natalie Portman as Thor, providing they don't emasculate the character Thor. That's the kind of thing I'm a tiny bit worried about. Because let's be honest, we're watching it for Thor. We're not watching it for Natalie Portman, whatever happens. Yeah, because Thor's the character that's we've been living with for over a decade now. And I'm just hoping they do right and it's an entertaining film. And the trailer didn't show me anything, which could be a good thing. Which I'm hoping is a good thing. It didn't show much.
Yeah, because how often have we moaned about the fact that they often show you the entire film in a trailer? So it's nice that there's some history around it. And I like the fact with Thor, and I get your point, but it's a piss take film. It always takes the mickey out of itself, and the fact that you've got the guys from the Guardians of the Galaxy in there, which are always,
that was good,
in my opinion, funny. It looks like it's going to be another Ragnarok, which was more comedy based, and I enjoyed it immensely. So I'm looking forward to it due to that. And like Stu said, hopefully it will be more traditional towards how we like Marvel, rather than these miniseries that have a lot of promise but end up being quite disappointing often.
Yeah, I hope I'm right. Yeah, I hope you're right now. I really do.
Because when, as you say, you look, and I love the little touches, and when it's got like on his cap, strongest Avenger, that's a nod to Hulk.
Yes,
that conversation. And I always thought that, first of all, Hemsworth got a really rough deal with his character of Thor, and he had so much more. And when Ragnarok came along, it was, again, a lot of it's to do with the writing, that it showed that he can do comedy, and he has got a really good character, and given the opportunity, he can take Thor possibly into a dimension, into an area where you wouldn't have thought he would have done this comedy with this really good dry sense of humor, and mixed together with Christopher Pratt with Guardians of the Galaxy. I just think they're just going to bounce off each other so well, and it looks like at some point during the film that they do go off and look for Gamora, because obviously that must be the Guardians 3 film. But you got Korg, brilliant character, really, really funny. I mean, Taika Waititi, just it's great. He's just so chilled out, and it brings new things in. Like, for instance, you've got Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder, the two goats in New Asgard, pulling the boat along. Again, that's something from the comics. That's another level of detail and something brand new, which wasn't in there before. And it gives me confidence that they've really done their research into this film and taken it into a direction that's going to please people who like Thor. And hopefully it'll benefit from that. And that's why I've got so much confidence that this film is just going to be so entertaining. I mean, you've got Russell Crowe as well. I think he's going to play Zeus. And you've got another baddie who I know nothing about whatsoever, Gore the God Butcher with a necro sword, which kills gods. It's all of these new things that haven't been seen before. We're not going to get a Loki who has been the baddie, or Thanos who's been mentioned, or mention of Infinity Stones. It's just, for me, it's the excitement of just not knowing. And this is going to be the only trailer that I'm going to watch of this. And I'm just going to go in blind when I go and watch it in July, because there's bound to be other trailers.
Yeah, I hope you're right, Stu. And I also think Marvel is hoping that, because I'm almost of a view of Marvel can't afford this to be a bad film.
No,
you know,
no, not at all. I think
because
there is a lot of weight on it, isn't there? You're right, huge amount of weight on this film.
Yeah, because I mean,
the others were shit. The other new ones.
Well, they were. I mean,
Shang-Chi, Black
other than
Widow.
I mean, I enjoyed them. I watched them. I don't regret watching them. But I'm not excited about watching a sequel to either, though, if that makes sense. Not that we're going to get a sequel to Black Widow, but I'm like, okay, yeah, they're okay. There was a nice time to pass the time, but I'm not raving about them. They're very average.
They were fillers, weren't they? They were almost.
Yeah.
They were trying to make more money out of something that they were pretty much straining.
I'm trying to think, and this is the first big. Yeah. And this is the first big film without the help of Spider-Man that Disney and Marvel have been in since, I think, since basically Endgame, where they're throwing their lot into it. So Marvel cannot afford this to be a bad film, and I just hope, as Stu says, they follow the comics, rather than the producers doing what they think is best, and they follow the storyline in the comics, because those comics sold for a reason, because they're good stories. That's all we want.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Natalie Portman as Thor. I think it's going to be really, really good. I'm just really excited about it. And she got, understandably, such a rough ride, and she didn't even want to be in it. She had no interest, and she was a terrible character as the longer she was in this. But I'm really invested, and it doesn't take a lot, and how excited I get about the MCU. But I just think it's going to be fucking great, and I just can't wait. Off the back of the terrible films that I say they're not terrible. You were spot on when you said they've just filled the gap, but they really worried me, and I'm still suffering from not having Captain America and Iron Man and Black Widow, because I love those characters so much, and I was gutted that they went, and they're just irreplaceable. And they really do need to pull something out the bag to secure and make me feel good about the MCU again, because I don't know what direction it's going in, especially with a sad loss of Black Panther as well.
Yes.
He's brilliant. I watched Black Panther the other day, and it's just such a great film. I don't know what they're going to do to replace him. It's just, it's a shame that Michael B. Jordan left, unless there's a way that they can bring him back, because he was great as Killmonger. I mean, he wouldn't. I'd happily have him step in as Black Panther, take over, because he was absolutely brilliant. But I honestly don't know what they're going to do. I've not read anything with regards to Wakanda Forever.
Well, Stu, that would probably make sense, especially when you consider the multiverse. It's not impossible, is it?
It's not, no. And time travel makes anything possible, doesn't it? Really. So, but yeah. So I'm looking forward to it, and it'll be interesting to see in July just how happy or how depressed we are, depending on what side of the fence you're on, when we come back and watch this film, because it's got a lot to live up to. That's all I think. But yeah, if anybody else want to add anything about this fantastic trailer, which we all agree on.
Definitely wasn't fantastic. But yeah, there we go. But hey, it would be boring if we all agreed, if we all absolutely agreed, I guess.
Exactly. And you love Street Fighter, say no more. You hate John Wick, say no more. So
I do. Well, funny you say that. There's Streets of Rage. You remember the Sega game?
Yeah.
That's going to be made into a movie, and
Oh,
there's
piss off.
there's rumors that it's going to be the production company and the people behind John Wick. Just to say that
It's
gave me
going
a
to
bit
be
of
great
hope.
then.
That gave me a tiny bit of hope, but we'll see.
Huge
problem
If
is-
they don't cast Jean-Claude Van Damme in it, would be all right.
Yeah,
Yes,
Kylie
very
Minogue
true.
comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that'll be
God help us.
God, that'll be upsetting, won't it?
Excellent. Well, that wraps up our review of the trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder. We will be back very soon with the amazing Expendables 3. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care, and we'll be back very soon. Goodbye.
Hey, take it easy, man. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Korg. I'm kind of like the leader in here. Over here, there's a pile of rocks waving at you. Here. Yeah, I'm actually a thing. I'm a being made of rocks, as you can see, but don't let that intimidate you. You don't need to be afraid unless you're made of scissors. Just a little rock, paper, scissors joke for you.